Now, if you think about how much water there is on Earth to be shared by all on Earth, what you got to think about is that most of the water on the planet, as a matter of fact, I don't know if you can, yeah, 97% of the water on the planet is in the oceans. And that water, as you know, is salt water, and you can't drink it without a lot of treatment. And we'll talk about that later in the chapter. The next 2.59% of the water on the planet is trapped in ice caps, glaciers, and groundwater. That leaves the easily accessible water in lakes, rivers, and the atmosphere and soil moisture is only 0.014%. So fresh water, we would consider this, fresh water that might be available, only 0.014% of all the water on the Earth's surface is in this form. Okay, so you can see why, even though there's a lot of water around, only a small amount of it is really readily available and cheaply made available to people on Earth. And also, you ought to think about that 2.59% in the ice caps, glaciers, and groundwater. A large part of this is in the ice caps and the glaciers. So this is why people are so worried about climate change, because if that were to melt, 2.59% is a heck of a lot more than 0.014%. So that could create a major difference on the surface of the Earth. It could really affect the landscape if the majority of that water were to melt. Just imagine. Okay, so in this little introduction here, hopefully you all have taken some time to kind of Google around and see where water came from and just start thinking critically about where the water came from originally to the Earth, how we get water, what's your water source, where you live, those kinds of general questions just to get the gears turned in your head. So I think we kind of answered that question, where did all the water come from originally, as best as scientists can tell, from comets, and there's still some people think from volcanoes. And how did we end up with so much of it being salty? We haven't answered that question. We just know that the majority of the water on the Earth is salty. If it started off as just pure water, how did it end up salty? So we'll take the rest of this this unit to start considering critically, how water acts as a solvent such that 97% of the water on the Earth's surface is actually salty.